personal property loans. Personal property are items that you can own that can be moved. Examples are cars, boats, computers, cameras, jewelry. Real property are items that you own that can't be moved, for example, land or a house or an office building. We're going to use an amortization table in the last few examples, and it's a table that contains information about the periodic payments of your loan. Two calculations that we're going to use are to find the periodic payment. Sometimes that's a monthly payment, sometimes that's a quarterly payment, sometimes it's an annual payment. It depends on how often you're making the payment. That's what periodic means. You're going to take the loan amount times the number from the table, the amortization table. We also can find a loan payment by using a loan payoff table. So we're going to use two different types of tables in this section. Let's try number one. Find the necessary payment using the amortization table. I have it over here to the side. Round to the nearest cent. So to find that payment, we're going to take the loan amount, which is $96,000, and we're going to look in this table. Now, if you remember from a previous chapter, to look in this table, we needed to calculate the I and the N value. We're going to do that just the same. I'm going to take the 8% rate and divide it by quarterly. And quarterly means 4. So I'm going to look down the 2% column. Okay. If we want to find the N, the row, we're going to make our payments quarterly. And we're going to do that for 7 3/4 years. So quarterly is 4, and 7 3/4 is 7.75 as its decimal equivalent. And I end up finding that as 31 different payments, and that's our row. Here was our column. Okay. So let's go ahead and look down in our chart, down that 2% column, and we're looking for row 31. Let me find it here. Highlight that 2% column down here. And row 31, I get 0.4360. And I'm going to take that calculation back over here. Excuse me, let me go back. I think I'm missing a 0 here. 0.04360. And so if I take 96,000 times 0.04360, I get a payment of $4,185.60. That's the periodic payment they were looking for. And that was all this question asked. Let's try number 2. So again, we're going to use a different table this time, the loan payoff table, which I have down here. Okay. And we're going to use the 12% APR. In this case, they actually have an APR column here, and so we're going to use that 12% row. So I've got it highlighted right here. And then it also says how many months, and in this case 24 months. So I'm going to find where 24 months and 12% intersect, and that's the decimal point 0.04707. And I'm going to multiply that by the loan amount, $4,800. And in this case, I get a payment of $225.94. Okay. Now, question 2, I asked to go a little bit further. Question 2 says don't just find the payment. We did that. We also want to find the finance charge. Now remember, the finance charge is the difference between the total amount paid and the cash price. So let's find the total paid. Well, if each payment is $225.94, and there are 24 payments, I have that the total paid is $5,422.56. Then we're going to subtract the cash price. Well, it was originally $4,800. So the difference between the total paid and the cash price is $622.56. And that's our finance charge. Another way to say the interest that was charged to borrow money. Let's try question 3. Question 3 says use that loan payoff table, and we're going to use it for 48 months and 9%. So to calculate our payment, let's use that 9% row, and I'm going to go all the way over here to 48 payments and take that 0.02489, and I'm going to multiply that by the loan amount, $38,500. And I get a payment of $958.27. Okay. The second part says to find the finance charge. So let's find the total money paid. And again, we're going to take our payment of $958.27 and multiply it by how many payments were made, 48 payments in this case. And I get a total amount paid of $45,996.96 minus the cash price, and that was $38,500. And that gives us a finance charge of $7,496.96. Okay. Question 4. Question 4 says that a couple opened a restaurant at a cost of $340,000, and they paid $40,000 of their own money, and then they're going to borrow the rest and make quarterly payments over 7 years using 12% interest rate. Using the amortization table, find the quarterly payment. So to use the amortization table, we're going to need to calculate our I and our N value. Our I says 12%, and in this case, it's quarterly payments. So 12% divided by 4, we're going to use the 3% column this time. And if we make quarterly payments, or if they make quarterly payments for 7 years, 4 times 7, there'll be 28 payments total. Okay. Now, before we go look up the table, the amount we're going to borrow isn't the entire $340,000 this time, because they paid a down payment first. So $340,000 minus the $40,000 down payment is going to be, they're going to borrow only $300,000. So not all of it. Now we can look up and find the payment. The payment is going to be the amount borrowed, the $300,000 borrowed, and we need to look in that 3% column and row 28. So the 3% column right here and row 28, and I get 0.05329, and I'll bring that back to our calculation. .05329, and that gives a payment of $15,987. Remember, this is a quarterly payment, so they're only going to make 4 of them a year for 7 years. Okay, and it's got to be able to cover the amount that they borrowed, so it's going to have to be a pretty sizable payment. So that size of a payment makes sense in this particular case. Let's calculate the total amount of interest paid. Remember, interest paid is another way to say the finance charge. And the finance charge is the total money paid minus its cash price. Well, to find the total money paid, I'm going to start out with saying, remember that they paid $40,000 of their own money in the beginning. Plus, they're also going to make payments of $15,987, and we said that they were going to make 28 payments total. So if I have $15,987 times 28 payments, I get $447,636. Plus, let's add that $40,000. And the total amount paid is $487,636. Minus the cash price was $340,000. And so when we take the total money paid minus the cash price, I get an interest charge of $147,636. That's quite a bit of interest. Let's go on to question 5. Question 5 says that Jasmine purchased a car for $29,400. She made a down payment of $3,500, and the rest was financed at 6% per year for 4 years. Find the monthly payment. So let's first find the amount of money borrowed. So the amount of money borrowed is the $29,400 minus the $3,500 down payment. And that gives a total amount borrowed of $25,900. So that's going to help us find out our monthly payment. We're going to take a look at that amortization table. So to do that, we need our I and our N. Our I is going to be 6% per year. And since we're finding monthly payments, if we divide by monthly, that's 12. And 6% divided by 12 is going to be 0.5%. And that's that first column down of the table. For N, we're going to take monthly, and we're going to multiply it by 4 years. So 12 times 4 is 48 monthly payments. So if we go back to that amortization table and we look at the 0.5% column and we go to row 48, so 0.5% is that first column down, all the way down to row 48, we're going to find 0.02349. Let's bring that calculation back. So we're going to take the amount borrowed, $25,900, times that decimal, which was 0.02349, and we get a payment of $608.39 monthly. That answers part A. Now we're going to use that to use our amortization schedule for the first 5 payments. We're not going to show all 48 payments. We're just going to show the first 5. I'm going to make my table a little larger so I have more room to write in there. Okay? So I've made this chart for you, and you can find this chart available in Blackboard, and you can print it and use it to practice whenever you're doing homework and quizzes. The balance at the start was our $25,900. Okay? That's how much was borrowed. So at that starting point, we don't have any interest, we don't have any payments, and we don't have any money going towards the principal. This is just the start of our loan. Okay? Now I'm going to go through and work on that first payment that's made. And remember that we always pay interest first. So I'm going to start with I equals PRT. And our balance of our loan is $25,900 to start, times our rate was 6%, 0.06, and our time is it's 1 month. So since that's less than a year, we're going to write that as a fraction, 1/12 of a year. So I'm going to take and calculate 25,900 times 0.06 times 1/12. And I get an interest of $129.50. The payment amount we just calculated, and that was $608.39. So that goes here. The money that goes towards our principal is to take our payment, $608.39, and we're going to pay off that interest first. And so the amount that's left is $478.89, and that's the amount that goes towards lowering your balance, the principal of your loan. So our new principal is the old balance minus the amount we get to deduct. So that gives us a total of $25,421.11. And now we repeat. I'm going to repeat using a different color so that they don't get mixed in together too much. So let's go to row 2, and we're going to repeat what we just did. We're going to find I equals PRT. Only our principal has changed. It's now this new $25,000 amount. Our rate was 6%, 0.06, and our time was 1/12 of a year. And I get an interest rate, or excuse me, an interest dollar amount of $127.11. Our payment stays the same. We're going to make that same monthly payment every time. And now the money that goes to our principal is our payment minus the interest. And that gives me $481.28 that goes towards reducing the balance of our loan. So our balance is going to change. It was that $25,000 amount, and we get to reduce it by the $481 that we're paying. And it's now down to $24,939.83. And we're going to keep going. Number 3, I equals PRT. We're going to take that new balance of $24,939.83 times our 6% times our 1/12 of a year, and I get an interest of $124.70. Okay. Our payment stays the same. Okay. How much gets applied to principal is that payment minus the amount that has to go towards the interest. And that gives us $483.69 that can be applied towards our balance. So let's find that new balance. Take the old balance and subtract away how much we get to reduce from our payment. And we have a new balance of $24,456.14. We've got 2 more rows to go. So let's take our I equals PRT, and we're going to take that new balance of $24,456.14 times our 6% times our 1/12 of a year. And 1/12, remember, just from the beginning, it was 1 month out of 12. So we're just looking at one payment at a time. And our interest is $122.28. Our payment stays the same. And now we can apply how much goes towards reducing the balance of our loan. So we're going to take our $608.39, pay off our interest, and then what's left, the $486.11, is going to help reduce our balance. So take the old balance and subtract away the $486.11 that we can reduce our balance by, and we're down to $23,970.03. One more row to go. We're going to take our I equals PRT, and we're going to take that new balance and multiply it by our 6% and our 1/12 of a year to find an interest of $119.85. The amount of our payment stays the same, and then the amount that gets applied towards our principal is our payment, and then we always pay that interest first. And so now we can reduce our balance by $488.54. And our last space here is to take that old balance and then subtract away the amount we get to reduce our balance by. And we have a new balance of $23,481.49. If you would like to watch me do one more of these questions, I will in another video. But something I want you to notice is that as your balance went down, the amount of interest also went down, which means that the amount that you get to apply towards the principal of your loan goes up. Okay, so just something to kind of pay attention to as you keep going. And that is 12.4, but if you'd like one more example, I will have one more video for that.